here talking with Whitney, who's with the Ruby Revue. And Whitney, you folks have a big event next Saturday called the Dallas Burlesque Festival. Just give us some background on the Dallas Burlesque Festival.
Okay, well, there's really no background. We're going to start in the background. This is going to be the first year. And it's really going to be, it's going to put burlesque on the map here in Dallas. And I think it's, a lot of people aren't really sure what to expect, and we can't really tell you, exactly what it's going to be, but we can tell you it's going to be fun. It's going to be a show. You're going to be entertained. You're going to be glued to your seat, for the whole show.
Well, that sounds great.
Okay.
What got you personally interested in burlesque?
What interests me is you say it and it automatically strikes something in you. It strikes curiosity, first of all. And you can say performing artist, you can say dancer, but the word burlesque, it strikes imagination, it strikes curiosity, and it's really not, there's no rules with it. You can take it and you can manipulate it into what it is, what your interpretation of it is. There's classic burlesque, there's more of a modern burlesque, there's kind of a gore-esque, which they call for, more of the fetish people, they get into it. There's the Pussycat Dolls, which is a very mainstream burlesque. So there's so many aspects of it that you just have freedom in doing whatever you want with it.
Yeah. For people who don't know the difference, tell us what's the difference between burlesque and, topless dancing, for instance.
Okay. Well, the thing about burlesque is, let's say there's 5 girls that are burlesque artists, and the first girl will go out and get topless. The second girl may go out there with all of her clothes on and put more clothes on. The third girl might go out there and not do anything but sing and be goofy. The fourth girl might go out there and just throw a glove out. And that's the thing about it is there's so many different girls aspect of it. Some like to be more flirty with it, some like to be more funny with it, some like to be more serious and use acting as a background and do more of storytelling. So there really is, a lot of different ways to take it. And with topless dancing, it's just, nothing artistic or really thought put into it.
Right. The imagination.
The imagination, the talent, and the work. You don't get that with just a topless dancer.
Cool. When you decided that you wanted to perform in the dancing burlesque area, did you go back and study acts of other people? Who's your role model in the field?
Well, you have your favorites. You have, there's definitely the classic burlesque artist, Gypsy Rose Lee, of course, and then you have the modern, poster girl, Dita Von Teese. And so you have these two extremes. There's videos you can watch. There's other people you can go see live. But I think, for me personally, I like to watch it, and I like to see other girls do it and see how they take it. But for me, I just use what I've been taught my whole life, my background in dance and gymnastics, doing jazz and ballet with gymnastics, and then a little bit of cheerleading. I kind of have more of, I just have a different way of my background. Putting in burlesque, I don't necessarily go for the classic, just regular, feather boa burlesque style. So I like to do something different every time. Go as big as I can go, or sometimes just small as I can go. It just really depends on what the performance is and the mood I'm in that day. So.
Cool. Now, you've been doing this for how long?
I've been performing burlesque for about 4 months now, 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So.
And Ruby Revue is who you hooked up with, who are other performers
yes,
in
I'm
the burlesque
a
field.
dancer in the Ruby Revue, which is based here in Dallas, and started with the group, and we kind of, became a strong group, but we also offer, doing independent performances as well. And, I love that about the director of Ruby Revue is there's strong identities in each girl. It's not just this kind of robotic group of girls. You see distinct personalities and distinct identities in each performer. And that's one of the best things about it.
Great. Specifically about the Dallas Burlesque Festival, it's next Saturday, and tell us where and when.
Okay, the Dallas Burlesque Festival is February 7th on a Saturday at the Texas Theater in Oak Cliff off of Jefferson Street. And it's going to start at, I believe, 9 o'clock, and then the show will begin at 10 o'clock.
Cool. And what's the admission?
The admission is $10.
Okay. Tell us about the community of performers here in North Texas. Are there other people doing this besides the girls in the Ruby Revue?
There's actually an underground cult, I would say. It's a strong group, and I think it's about to be merged. There's the Lollybombs, there's the Velvet Kittens, there's, I know I'm leaving a lot out, but there's a lot of individual performers, Ginger Valentine, La Divina, there's Ruby Jewel. There's a lot more than we think, and there's like I said, there's kind of distinct ways that girls do burlesque, and they're individually, in groups, are individually known for their style. And that might be why I don't think we hear of a lot of them. Some of them might be a little bit more underground, some are a little bit more mainstream. But there's definitely a big community of girls, and they're all going to be at the festival, so it's going to be a very variety show.
Tell us about some of the performances that you've done for like charities and events around town.
Well, for each show that we do, it's usually different. So far we've done one charity event, one kind of like a commercial film festival after party, some just because it's Friday night. So each performance that we do, it's different, and we have our style with the Ruby Revue is more hip hop and pop style. So the performances are to popular music that people might hear on the radio or on TV, but we do it in a different way. So if you go from it kind of change a little bit, seeing a different side to what we hear all the time. And so each performance we do something different.